Hello out there, internet people. It's your bearded brothers back again with yet another sports podcast. So, I am Matt.
No.
That is my brother No. Sometimes called Chris.
Not very often.
Usually just hey you. So we are here to talk more about sports, mostly the NFL right now. Although we are going to lead off with some hockey news that has happened. It's highly important to talk about. The standoff between the Minnesota Wild and Kirill the Thrill Kaprizov is over. That's right. The Wild have officially signed him to an 8-year, $136 million contract. That is $8 million more than the contract he rejected, and it amounts to another extra $1 million a year. That's right. I believe he is now at $16 million per year, or 17, somewhere right in there. So he is locked up with us for quite a period of time. It's going to be interesting coming into next season now. Not the one that we're about to play, but the off season afterwards. Because the big fish still has not signed an extension. And that would, of course, be Connor McJesus himself. He has not signed an extension with Edmonton. And Minnesota is positioned in such a way that with the salary cap going up over $100 million, it's supposed to be $104 million is the estimate. We will have enough money that we could offer him around $18.5 million a year and still have a good team, enough to field a good team behind him.
Get on the desk.
Which, if you can imagine a top line of Kaprizov, McDavid, and Boldy, that's frightening. We would have enough to be able to actually, our top three line centers would be McDavid, Ek, and Rossi. Then you could put Sturm, because we'd still have Nico Sturm on the roster at that point. He's your fourth line center. Now you just fill in around that, and good lord.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like what I'm seeing. We have a shot at being able to do that. I don't know how interested he would be, but I think there's a pitch there that makes sense. And this is all, of course, if he doesn't re-sign and just stay in Edmonton, which he might. I think it's going to depend on how this season in Edmonton goes, because if it's bad, he might just want out. Go somewhere where he can earn a couple of cups. Some ready-made team. And I don't know that there's a more ready-made team than the Wild, who have a plethora of talent and just enough cap space to fit him. So, I don't know that he'd get more than 2 or 3 with us before the team started breaking apart due to cap restraints. But the fact is that we do have a lot of people for quite a few years yet. So we'll have to see how all of that works out. But yes, Kirill Kaprizov is signed. Now, next big news. I suppose we have to start talking about injuries in the NFL. There have been some rather nasty ones. First, Tyreek Hill may be done for his career. I don't want to say that he is and that he won't come back. We don't know for certain. But in the game that he had, he came down awkwardly, tore his knee to all get up. Multiple ligaments are gone. He dislocated his kneecap. It's nasty. I would guess he's out. He's definitely out the rest of this season. I'd guess he's probably out a huge chunk of next season, too. We're talking
Probably.
multiple surgeries to get that right. And he has said that he doesn't want to play past a certain age anyway. He said that the contract he's on was probably going to be his last. Really didn't want to go much further than that. So maybe he's done. I don't know.
Who knows?
Malik Neighbors also blew out his ACL playing at MetLife.
Yep.
And at the
Fucking
same
MetLife, dude.
in the same game, Joe Alt hurt his ankle for the Chargers. So now they are down
Yep.
both their starting tackles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not good. Who else? Didn't we lose another one to ACL again this week?
Good question.
I know Brian O'Neill tweaked his MCL, and he may be out this coming game in London against the Browns. Ryan Kelly is probably out this Monday or this coming game against the Browns.
You want to be held, huh? He's in a mood.
Yeah, I can tell. Ryan Kelly has unfortunately suffered a number of concussions, and 2 very recently. There are a lot of people saying that maybe he should just retire at this point. I would not look. Health of the player, I'm okay with that. As a Vikings fan, no, we just got him to replace the last guy.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of how I'm looking at that. I'm just like, oh, come on.
Yeah, we'll see.
The only guy who's managed to stay on our line all season has been Will Freeze.
Yep.
Anyway, I'm trying to think if there were any other. Let me see here. I know they just put. Because James Conner went out. And now the guy who was behind him is on IR for at least 4 games.
Yep.
You're just going, what the crap, man?
Just having a ton of injuries, man.
Yeah, Trey Benson. That's who it was.
Yeah, Trey Benson, yep.
Yep. And I had him for fantasy that week, too. I thought, oh, with Connor gone, he's probably going to step. Oh, God, he's getting injured. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, those are the big injuries I can think of and that I can remember off the top of my head.
Hey.
Oh, also, Xavier Howard, the cornerback, has retired. He spent all of last year out of football. He is a 4-time Pro Bowler with Miami. And he signed this year with the Colts, and after getting absolutely roasted by Puka Nacua, we'll get there, he decided that he's putting his family first, and he's just done.
Yep.
He said, I'm done. I'm out. I think he realized he can't hang with the kids anymore.
Probably.
So, all right. You got anything else news-wise that you want to talk about? That you've seen?
Nope.
I mean, outside of that, the only other thing is Joe Flacco is hitting the bench. The Browns have decided, after seeing Jackson Dart do magnificent things for the Giants, that they're going to try Dylan Gabriel.
With his first game in London.
With his first game in London against the 7th-ranked defense in the NFL.
Hey.
And Flacco's going to be his backup, and Shadur Sanders is still number 3 on the depth chart.
I'm not shocked by that.
And when they asked him about it, reporters asked him about it, he pantomimed all of his answers.
Yeah, he's been just silent.
Yeah, very.
Which has pissed off a lot of people.
Because he pantomimed everything. He didn't give responses. He just...
Yeah. It's like, what the fuck does any of that mean?
I mean, to him, it was funny. I almost could see it's a commentary on it doesn't matter what you say, they're going to put words in your mouth anyway.
It can be, but it also can come across as unprofessional
Which
rather
is
than
what
just
this did.
being, yeah. Rather than just being like, hey, it is what it is. I'm still learning. It's a process. You know,
You are
I'll get
not
there. I'll be there. I'll be there when I'll be there.
you are not beast mode. You cannot get away with coming in and saying, I'm only here so I don't get fined.
Yeah,
Or for just answering whatever question you feel like answering after they've asked you a question.
yeah. Like you're a rookie on a rookie deal, who got drafted in the 5th round because people said you had an attitude problem. The last thing you want to do is project that you have an attitude problem.
I will say that I think Cam had the best answer this week when asked a question.
Like, which Cam?
The one, the
Cam Ward? You mean?
Cam Ward.
Okay.
I don't know if you got to see it.
No, I don't watch a lot of the interviews.
One of the reporters asked him, how do you think you played today? Ass. Ass?
The funny thing is,
Mm-hmm.
the funny thing is, if you actually watched the game, I don't even think it was him really that played that poorly. Like, his receivers kept dropping passes. A couple of his interceptions literally bounced out of his receiver's hands
I don't.
into the other team's
I'm
hands,
not
and his
blaming.
O-line is fucking shit.
I'm not blaming him at all.
No, I know. I just think it's funny when he said that he's like, how do you think you played like ass? It's like, well, no, I don't think you actually played like ass.
But
I think
I
the team
like the
played
fact-
like ass.
I like the fact that he's critical of himself about stuff like that.
Yes. Like, could he have probably played better? Yes, of course. At any given time, a quarterback could probably play better. There's always something you could have done better. But I don't think he necessarily played as poorly as he probably thinks he did. But at the same time, I get it.
All right, let's put some scores up here. This time, I don't think I'm going to leave the scores up while we talk about all the games. We're just going to leave them up here for a few minutes, shuffle between the two sets that I usually do, because I don't think anybody just wants to be staring at scores while we talk. That might get boring.
No, you should be only flashing them on occasion and then taking them down.
We're only going to put them up for a little bit here at the beginning.
Flash the viewers, Matt! No, not that kind of flashing.
All right, so you want to go through the games? Give some opinions about stuff?
We can. I actually don't have a lot of opinions on most of the week's games. Not that I didn't watch them, it's just a lot of them don't have a lot of commentary. They're just like, this happened.
So like starting Thursday, I agree with you. Sam Darnold does throw one of the prettiest balls in the NFL.
Yes, he does. And that's why I think that they'll be even playoff contenders, because despite the fact that their team is more depleted than it has been in previous years, I think Sam Darnold is a rejuvenated Sam Darnold at this point. He throws one of the better passes in football. It makes it easy for his wide receivers to catch, despite some of them not being as experienced as others.
I think it's
so it makes it so he can pass around the ball a little more efficiently.
I think it's the same thing that's happened to Quentin Johnson. I think he found his moxie. And I think Quentin did the same thing. At the end of last season, he began to step up a little bit. You saw a little bit of it. They started using him on short routes where he could catch the ball and then run over people. He's good at that because he's big.
Yeah.
And as soon as that started happening, he started finding his groove again. Now this season, he looks like a world killer again. This is what you drafted him for. But yeah, I think Marvin Harrison needs to have that happen. They need to find out what
he's been a letdown so far. Yeah.
They need to find out what he's best at and then start having him do that.
Yeah. They're either A, not utilizing him the way he should be, or B, which we do know happens, unfortunately. We do know that the speed of the NFL is different than college. We also do know that, as weird as it sounds, there is a difference in the football. There just is.
There is.
Football from NFL and college is not the same size.
Nope.
So sometimes some receivers have a hard time adjusting that for whatever reason. And some actually have an easier time with the NFL ball versus the college ball. Mm-hmm. That's also happened.
That's happened a lot.
It might be just possible that Marvin Harrison's just having a hard time adjusting to the NFL ball for some reason.
It's entirely
Like the
possible.
way that his hands have been trying to learn to catch, the way that they do the triangle, right?
Mm-hmm.
When it's with the college ball, they can go smaller, right? Because of the tip. But they have to go wider with the NFL ball. So maybe he's just so used to mechanically wanting to go smaller, which is why he's dropping the ball, because it's hitting the hands and then just plopping out of it. Because he doesn't have the correct sizing grip for it to just stay nice and tight in his grip. So maybe he's just mechanically having an issue getting used to changing his hand sizing for the NFL ball.
That's
I
entirely
don't know.
possible. That's
It's hard to
very,
say.
very
I might be
possible.
just guessing, but that's one possibility
Yep.
of
Nope.
millions of possibilities.
Absolutely could be a possibility, and it could also just be the way Kyler throws. I
Yeah,
don't know. There could be a number of
that's also
things there.
possible. Sometimes if they throw it, some wide receivers have a hard time when a quarterback throws a really hard ball. You know, sometimes too much speed is actually an issue, and there are some other times where that's the only way that some receivers are catching the ball is
Yep.
if it's a speedy throw. So it's just it's hard to know.
Vikings Steelers. Your takeaways from this?
Unfortunately, I didn't wake up early enough to watch a lot of it because I was sleeping. But from the little bit that I did watch, it was disappointing. Carson Wentz looked more like old Carson Wentz again, kind of being too much of a gunslinger, throwing it around, not necessarily reading the coverage as much as he should.
I mean, I
Um,
will say that
he played fine, but he didn't play great.
that linebacker on the Steelers who caught friggin' Jordan Addison,
Yeah.
that, whoo, man, good catch, good run. I did not think you were moving that fast.
Yep. Yeah. Ultimately, the Steelers still look like they are. Well, unfortunately, as for a Steelers fan, you still look like a 9-8 team. You can beat the best, and you can play like the worst. So
I think, and this is, I think they're gonna win the division this year.
I think you might be stretching it, but it's possible with the way that bad luck has been hitting some of the teams there.
Yeah, the Bengals are out Burrow.
Yeah.
You've got the Ravens now are without Lamar for 3 to 4 weeks.
Yep.
And you've had King Henry finally is starting to slow down. He started a fumble problem, and then you've got the Browns.
Yeah.
So
Which you never know with the Browns. They're doing a QB switch. Maybe this is the magical sauce that just cures all of their. All right, let's go on to the next game. Commanders Falcons. Honestly, the Falcons Commanders was a weird game.
yeah,
I expected
very
the
like
Commanders. I
how do
expected
you
more from
go
the Commanders,
from?
but at the same time, knowing that it's it's still Mariota, right? Like you're obviously still going to get inconsistent play.
I'm not worried about that. How do the Falcons go from scoring no points against
Scoring
the
34.
Panthers to scoring 34 against the Commanders?
To be fair, like I said last week, for the Falcons did seem like a weird off week in comparison to previous weeks. So
Yeah.
maybe we'll see what next week holds. But maybe last week was just a weird. Michael Penix just played really poorly. He played fairly well in this game, so
I
maybe
can't
he
say
just
that
had
he
an off
did.
week last week for some
Yep.
reason.
He
That's pretty
did
much all I
play a
gotta say
lot
about it.
better in this one, and Bijan played really well again.
Bichon played well again too. Yep.
Yep.
Other than that, there's not much to say about that game, to be honest.
No, not really.
Bills Saints. Literally nothing to say outside of the Bills are who we thought they were. right.
They did have the Saints did turn over Josh Allen for the first time this season and pick
They
him
did,
off.
but it's the Saints. I mean, come on.
I know, but
We
still,
know they had
it is
no
something
they
we
had
had
no
to
hope in that game.
something we had to say, and no, they didn't. But you know,
Speaking of games that doesn't really have much to talk about, Lions Browns. Lions did obviously beat the Browns 34-10.
yeah,
It's what are you talking about? Lions being the Lions.
yeah. That first week is looking more and more like it was just an aberration, and
Yeah, just the
Lions
first
are
week,
gonna
and it was just tough. Yeah.
Lions are gonna roar.
Yep. We now got Titans Texans. Texans did win 26-0. I think the scoreline is misleading. I think the Titans
is.
actually played a much better football game than
There
what it looks
was,
like.
I think,
However, they still have a lot of problems.
so do the Texans, man. I mean, friggin' C.J. Stroud had two guys open on a play. Either one of them could have scored a touchdown, and he threw the ball between them.
I'm telling you, man. I'm convinced he's regressed, and I don't know.
I'm not gonna say you're wrong. There's something
I have
there.
no idea what happened.
None.
Like, I know that their offensive line is not as good as it was that first year he played, but it is not that substantially worse for him to be
No, it,
playing
it
that much
shouldn't
worse.
be. And there's something wrong there. They did find that Woody Marks had a pretty good game for them, the rookie running back from I think
Yeah,
USC.
yeah,
So maybe use him as your starter now.
maybe. I don't know.
I will say that they do have, as Perna has pointed out, a Woody and a Chubb in the backfield.
That is true. They do have a Woody Chubb. Um, Now let's talk about Panthers Patriots. This is a game that seemed like it was going to be closer for a while,
And then it
and
wasn't.
then it wasn't. Then the Patriots decided we're just going to win football games now.
Yeah. I will say a lot of that has to do with their special teams work, which
Yes,
they
their special teams were nuts
obliterated
that
the
game.
Panthers on special teams.
Yeah, their special teams was really quite good this year. This
Yes.
game.
Yes, it was.
Like as much as Drake May did play well and everything, and the rest of their offense played well, it was their special teams. Like I noticed when looking at the yardage, I was like, oh man, they got a lot of short yardages, didn't they?
Yes. They had one
So-
actually go for a touchdown, and then they had another one that he almost
like
broke
80
again.
yards
You're
almost,
just
right?
like,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, their special teams was huge. I don't got anything to say about the Panthers. The Panthers did not really do anything of note in
After
that game for me to really
obliterating the
comment.
Falcons the previous week, they just came out and shat the bed.
Yep. But we also have to talk about the Chargers Giants. Giants play Jackson Dart. Everyone's like, man, you're gonna do that against the Chargers?
It
That
worked.
seems like such a terrible opinion. It worked. Dart brought a whole new electricness to
You could
the
feel
offense.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, everything was hitting. Malik Neighbors was hitting.
Yeah.
But they still found a way to win despite that.
They did,
Thankfully.
and Dart ran one in for a touchdown, and then he
Dart
had a
ran in
shovel,
for that. His first
shovel
touchdown
pass
was
for a
actually that.
passing touchdown, and
Yeah,
Scattaboo
I mean, he-
looked good, and you've got these
Yeah.
two crazy white boys in the Giants' backfield now that
Yep. Now
probably
are they? I was gonna say, are you gonna see these kind of wins often? No, I was gonna say. I mean, to be fair, the Chargers are a very good football team.
and they have a
I
very
would-
good defense, and
I think the unknowns of the rookies made it so that the film on tape could only be so much. So I think that gave them a little bit of a room. I think as we continue on through the weeks and more tape is filmed, I think you're going to see potentially Jackson Dart start making more and more errors. However, I still think this puts them in a better position than they were. I still think they're going to be like a 9-8, 8-9 kind of team.
if
you
they
know?
get that good, 5-6 wins
Yeah.
maybe.
That's
for
what I'm
me.
saying. Like
They're-
I'm saying, don't expect these very often. But this was a surprise win.
Yeah,
because the
these
Chargers
guys
clearly
aren't going
did
to
not
make the
expect
playoffs,
them
but
to
they're
be
going to
this
look a lot better. If they had Neighbors, maybe, but
Maybe.
without Neighbors, there's not a lot else there.
Yeah.
You're probably pushing off again till next year, but you've got the growth of Jackson Dart to look forward to, and he
You
looks
clearly
like
have something.
looks
there.
like the real deal. And Cam Scattaboo looks like a maniac.
Yep.
I don't know that he's
Yep.
got a long career ahead of him, but he's got a fun career ahead of him.
Yep. On the Chargers side, I'll say Justin Herbert still looked fine. Quentin Johnston still picking up passes and touchdowns.
Lad
So
McConkey,
clearly-
though, seems to be having a
He's
hands
kind
problem.
of a little bit quiet, but he's still picking up stuff here and there.
He's dropping stuff I wouldn't expect him to drop, though.
Yeah, he is. But he's also getting targeted a lot more defensively speaking.
and I will say Joe
So-
Alt, losing Joe Alt is a big
Losing
thing,
Joe Alt was
but
a big problem,
It looks
too.
like it's only a couple of weeks. It doesn't look
Yep.
like it's going to be like season ending.
Yeah.
So hopefully when he gets back on the field, you'll be a little better again. But watching
think he'll be
Omari and Hampton go for 100 yards was nice. That
Yep.
dude runs angry too, and I like watching him run. I think
So I think the Chargers still good despite
and
the
I
loss.
think the Chargers'
this was not as
future
bad.
looks really good too.
So, Eagles Bucks. I mean, I told you not to sleep on the Eagles. The Eagles are still a good football team. They clearly showed that.
Bucks damn near came back though.
No, the Bucks were still trying. I still say the Bucks are a slept-on team. They are a very good playoff team, but the Eagles are still the
The
Eagles.
Eagles are still the Eagles, despite the fact that
They'll have random weird off
Jalen Hurts
games.
did not complete a pass in the second half of the game.
Yeah, I was gonna say they'll have weird off moments. You'll see stuff like that, but they're still the Eagles, and they'll still win football games.
Yep.
Um, Colts Rams. Rams did find a way to seal out and win the game. Credit to the Colts though; they played well. They
The
still lost.
the Colts
You know,
lost because of really, in my opinion, one guy.
sort of. Yeah,
I can't say it's all his fault, but A.D. Mitchell.
yeah. He did make some pretty bad mistakes.
Two
Yeah.
two major mistakes that he got. One of them, I've got the touchdown. I'm going in. I'm going to hold the ball out in front of me. Oh, it slipped out of my hand. It went out the back of the end zone. Now it's 20-yard line for the other team, and I don't score. The other one, hey, my teammate's got a 52-yard touchdown run. I'm going to grab the cornerback that I'm on and just yank him to the ground like I'm trying to yank his jersey over his head in a hockey fight.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why. They could have won this game. Daniel Jones played fine. I think they're still a legit team, but they still have some flaws that they need to kink out.
And then they had
Rams
a guy.
are still looking great though.
They had a guy fall down covering Tutu Atwell on that last touchdown. And Tutu was wide open.
Yeah.
Like, Stafford's not going to miss that.
Right. Yeah.
So, no, the Rams played very well, but you know what? The Colts, they showed me they're not a paper team. This is a good, solid team that they're going to win a lot of games.
Yeah, I think so. Jaguars 49ers. Jaguars are a fine team. I think the 49ers had opportunities to win. They weren't able to do so.
I was going to say, the Jags team is being buoyed by a decent defense and their run game. Yeah. Travis Etienne this year, I believe, is 5th right now in rushing yards.
Yeah.
And they suck at passing this year.
Yeah, it's starting to. I mean, we're not halfway through the season yet, but it's starting to make you wonder: is it time to move on from Trevor?
Is it Trevor, or is it the receivers, or the lack thereof, or
I don't know, man. But Trevor has been underwhelming for the last year and the year before that. Granted, some injuries, but like. Maybe he needs a new system. Maybe he needs a new team.
Yeah, maybe he. Just
we've seen that. We've seen that with other quarterbacks
change of scenery. Yeah,
Baker Mayfield,
Sam
Darnold. I think he just needs Justin Fields. You could argue he's looking better with the Jets than he never did with the Bears.
Well, he looked really good
despite
with the Steelers
despite the losses still. Yeah, and the Steelers. So I think it might be time. Jared Goff, Matthew Stafford. I think it's just time for a change of scenery. I think he still has the potential. He clearly still shows it quite often.
Mm-hmm.
But there's still something fundamentally not clicking. He needs something else that they're not providing him.
I agree.
I just don't know what it is.
I agree. 100%.
49ers speaking, Brock Purdy played fine.
Fine.
Played pretty well. Coming back.
Not great.
They did okay.
Fine.
They did okay. 49ers had opportunities, but they just kind of squandered some of them. But nothing, I would say, that was damning to be like, oh no, 49ers are terrible. No, it's just 49ers are, I think, be a middling team, and then they kind of showed that.
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs-Ravens. Chiefs showed that the Chiefs are still the Chiefs.
They woke up Ravens full on this time. Pat Mahomes throwing 4 touchdowns.
4 touchdowns, yep. And the Ravens are showing that they may indeed be cursed this year.
Yeah, I think this is just not their year.
Yeah. I think this is the clear sign that, nope, it's the Bills' year. Yep. Ravens aren't even in the competition anymore.
Nope. I don't even know if the Ravens are going to make the playoffs this year.
It's possible at this point. Nothing more to really say about that other than I'm disappointed in the Ravens based upon what we should be seeing, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Bears Raiders. You want to talk about a close game? Bears winning 25-24.
Blocking the field goal at the end of the game to win the game. Also, I will say this was the Ashton Genty come out party.
It was. Yeah.
Did you notice he went back to his college stance
Yeah.
for the pre-snap? Because they were trying to get him to do more of the traditional running back crouched over stance. He went back to the Michael Myers, I'm going to just stand straight up stance. Ripped off over 100 yards.
I think he just has better vision, which to be fair, I don't see why you wouldn't.
Standing I think he has better give you straight up more vision, so he's able to find the hole a little better.
Yeah, I was going to say 100% you get better vision standing. Yeah. I don't know why you wouldn't.
So I think that's just how he likes to run, and I think it works for him, and I don't think they should mess with that. I will say the Bears played a really good game. I think Ben Johnson, finally, the system is clicking with them. And you're going to
say, even last week, it seemed like it was starting to click. It's already starting to click better and better every week.
Every week, you're going to see this improvement, and I don't think they're going to be there this year, but next year, they're going to be a dangerous team
next year. And funnily enough, didn't see this coming, but it's already happening. I'm already hearing people call for Geno to be benched. I'm already hearing it.
Yeah.
I'm already hearing it.
He is not looking so great there.
No, he started off the first week pretty good, but it's been kind of downhill.
It's been kind of downhill since then. I think maybe they need to look at another quarterback from somewhere.
Possible, or maybe there's one sitting right on their bench.
I don't know who they have right now.
They got Kenny Pickett sitting on their bench.
Do they have Pickett on the bench?
Yeah, they picked him up when he got what was it? Some type of injury on the Browns or whatever, and then they ended up trading him to the Raiders.
I don't know if they traded him or he got cut or whatever.
I thought it was a trade, but I don't remember. But he's on the Raiders now.
I mean, maybe you got to look at Pickett now.
I mean, how bad could it possibly be? Hey, he's had enough change of scenery now. Maybe it's his turn.
Maybe it is.
He's been to what, 3-4 different teams now at this point?
I think so. What's next? So, Packers boys?
Packers boys, the tie, the 40-40 tie. I was convinced that there was no way it was going to end in that tie at the very end. Because I was like, dude, you don't go for the field goal to tie it. You go for the touchdown to win. They went for the tie, and I was like,
they did go for the touchdown. Well, they went for the touchdown to win and had 1 second left, and we're like, well, we can either lose it or tie it, and a tie is better than a loss.
Well, they could still try to go for a win with one more play.
Yeah, but if they don't, then you look like an idiot.
Not necessarily. A tie, I would say, is not really better than a loss. Personally speaking, but that's just me. But it was kind of funny because I did wish it was funny. It was like it was halftime, and Dad asked me, "What team do you want to win?" And I went, "Can I wish for neither to win?" I got my wish.
And the best part is, really, Micah Parsons was held in check.
Yes,
pretty much all game. He supposedly had a sack, but it was a sack for 0 yards. So is a sack for 0 yards even a sack?
Technically, it is, but
yeah. I will say that what's his name? Pickens.
Yep.
George Pickens had a game.
He had a pretty good game.
Yep. As did Dobbs.
Dobbs did well
with the extra sized helmet on.
True. Matthew Golden finally did something.
Golden did something, and he almost got KTFO.
Yeah.
By Marist Liufau. Jesus. Yep. Marist, Did you have to try to kill him?
Welcome to the NFL.
That is Golden's welcome to the NFL moment right there. Hey, Rook, welcome to the NFL.
Welcome to the NFL, yep. You know what happens? You know, every single vet always looks for the rookies and goes, oh, I want to paste them. You know what happens?
Every time.
They were talking about, especially their quarterbacks. Oh,
the best one was Gronk. They had him on a podcast with Julian Edelman, and Julian asked him, "What is your welcome to the NFL moment?" He goes, "Okay, so practice."
I was gonna say he's pretty big, so.
Well, they called it. They said practice. First time I'm in New England, and they call this thing where the tight end has to come over and chip off the DT, right? That's your
Oh,
job.
yeah.
You're a loop over. You're gonna block off the DT, chip him a
You're just
little
doing a
bit.
light block, not a big
Yeah.
deal. Yeah.
So the guy in the middle was Vincent Wilfork. And if anybody's ever met Vincent Wilfork, he's like 340 pounds.
Big dude. Yeah.
So I'm just going to go in there. So I'm bulling in as hard as I can. I think I'm going to blindside him. He turns and sees me coming, and just suddenly I'm flying 5 feet through the air in the opposite direction.
He goes, "Nope, you get pushed back."
Nope, you're going somewhere else, kid. Bye.
Yep. You don't belong over here. Good. Have a good day.
Have a good day. So yeah, there's a lot of that. Hayes the Rook, they asking him to do something dumb. They're gonna do it, but they know it's gonna be hilarious.
Yep, pretty much.
All right, last two. How do you want to handle it?
Well, we'll start from the one that started sooner, which would have been the Dolphins Jets. We'll talk about Dolphins Jets. Dolphins do get their first win over the Jets at the cost of
Tyreek
the
Hill.
knee of Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill's knee. They sacrificed 2 ligaments and a dislocated knee to get a win.
To get a win. And barely.
Well, and I don't even think that the score indicates the game. It looks closer than it was. The Dolphins were in control of this game for the vast majority of it. And it wasn't until the very end when the Jets made a little comeback and Garrett Wilson made a friggin' fantastic catch for a touchdown. And he had another one or two of them called back. But I also believe that Fields ran one in too.
Yep.
Yeah, they played really hard at the end, but by the time the Jets woke up and played hard, it was too late.
Too late.
They were too far down.
On
the opposite end of the spectrum,
we can talk about the Broncos-Bengals.
That's a score that indicates exactly how that game went.
It was 28-3. And it wasn't even like Jake Browning turned over the ball. He didn't. He just didn't move the ball.
Ever.
At all. After the first 3 points.
The Broncos had 500 and something total yards, and the Bengals had like 172 total yards.
Yeah. To be that guy, I'm going to be that guy. Because I kind of want to... I'm not going to do a full rant, but I am going to call someone out. Listen, Jamar Chase, you got paid millions of dollars. I don't care if your quarterback went down. You play the fucking game. I don't know if it's just me, but it can't be, because I've seen other people mention it. It's so obvious that Jamar Chase, at least the past 2 games, has been absolutely phoning in his play. You can tell so many plays where he just gives up playing, or gives up blocking, or doesn't finish a route, or whatever it may be. It's so clear to me that if I was the coach, that dude would be getting fined every single play I saw him doing that. Like, I would just be like, no, this guy, this is absolutely unacceptable behavior.
Okay.
You are the star of the team. Like, come on.
I want to point this out. He was targeted 8 times and caught 5 of them.
Yes. That doesn't matter. I don't care how many catches you have or how many... That's the general reps you got towards you. The amount of times I saw him in where he was blocking for a receiver or blocking for one of those screens and then giving up the block way too early, or the amount of times I saw him, could have been blocking for his quarterback running, wouldn't do it, for his halfback running, didn't do it. There was a couple of times I saw him just stop the routes where he was getting targeted and he's just stopped running sometimes. Like, I get it. I understand that it's rough when your when your quarterback one goes down and you have to play with a backup, and it can be rough and it can be annoying, but when you're getting paid that much to be professional, you better not make it look like you're not doing that on TV. If I can notice it on TV, other people are noticing it on TV, and it looks really bad.
I was also going to point out Um, Browning didn't look very good either. T. Higgins was
No,
only three catches on 6 targets,
no, I know.
and
I'm
Brown couldn't move the running game along.
No, I get it. And I called out, and I'm thinking the same thing last week. Last week, a lot of the players did not play very well and started giving up in the games then, too. I'm calling out Chase specifically because he got paid his big money. When you get paid that big money, that means more eyes are on you.
So did T.
Yes, T did too. I haven't noticed it as much from T. That doesn't mean that he hasn't been potentially doing it too. I'm just noticing it more from Jamar.
I'm also wondering is how much of this comes on to Taylor.
Well, I was gonna say it's very clear to me that the locker room has broke down because it's not just Jamar. Like I said, it's T. Offensive line sometimes looks like they've broken down.
Yeah,
Sometimes the defense looks like it's completely
yeah.
broken. The locker room is broken, but that's a problem. If you have your top players doing that, the rest of your players are going to do it. You have to crack down on your top players, so the
And
rest of the team goes, "Oh shit."
Either Zach Taylor can do it, or you find someone else who can.
Who can exactly? I was gonna. It's almost at this point where Zach Taylor. I wouldn't say completely lost the locker room, but goddamn, I haven't seen a team this obviously dysfunctional since probably the Bears under Eberflus.
Yep, they are very obviously lost without Joe Cool.
Yeah, and if Joe Cool, if losing him is such a detriment to your team, that tells me your coach is Joe Burrow, not Zach Taylor.
Exactly. And I think that's been the case. I do want to point out that good job to the Broncos. They had a 100-yard running back finally again.
Finally.
And they almost had 2. RJ Harvey got pretty close too.
Yep.
But J.K. Dobbins at the end of that game was just churning out yards. The whole Bengals defensive line just gave up.
And yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like the whole team is kind of doing that. And I'll give credit to the Broncos. They needed a big win. They needed this badly. Hopefully this will be a bit of that fire under their feet, and hopefully the next game next week will be better. Hopefully this will be that sort of turning point for them to kick off for the rest of the season and look good. That's the hope.
All right. That pretty much does it for this week in football. Those are our thoughts about the games and about certain players. And we'll get back to you next week after we do the next week thing. And you got to see where each of us is currently standing in the standings with each other. Currently, Chris is pounding the snot out of me.
Happened last year too, and then all of a sudden it flipped pretty quick. So
We'll see. Ready to give out some game balls?
we can do that.
Ready to go some game
We
balls?
can do that.
Sure.
We can do that.
Go ahead. Take the first one.
Yeah, I'm on Ross and Brown. I'll give you a game ball. Why not?
Ashton Genty, game ball.
It's fair. Travis Etienne. I'll give you a game ball. I'll give you a game.
George Pickens, game ball.
Yeah, that's fair. Weirdly enough, I'm going to give one to Matthew Stafford. I mean, played pretty well. He threw for 450 yards. I mean, yeah,
now I've got a choice here, but you know what? I'm not going to give it to one guy. I'm going to give it Puka Nacua. Game ball.
Mm-hmm.
I also had Mahomes and Robinson on my list for game balls, and either one of them. But Mahomes has gotten so many, I wanted to give it to some people that we don't mention. When was the last time we mentioned George Pickens for a game ball?
Probably since he was a Steeler.
It's been a while for Puka, too.
Yeah, last year. Definitely.
Yeah, last year he got a couple. But, I mean, this time he had, 10 or 11 or 12 catches or something? I was like, Jesus.
Yeah.
All right. Ready for some showers?
Sure.
I'll start off the showers. A.D. Mitchell, hit the showers.
Kyler Murray, hit the showers.
The Bengals, all of you, hit the showers.
It's funny you say that, because I am going to do what I already did. I already did the rant. Jamar Chase, hit the showers.
Both defenses from Sunday Night Football. Shower.
Joe Flacco, hit that shower and hit that bench, buddy.
We'll see how long he stays there.
Yep.
Infernos?
We can do Infernos.
Infernos, potatoes, next week, right? Or top 10 next week.
Top 10 then next week, yep.
Yep. Alrighty. Infernos. You want to start?
Sure. I'll go with the lowest rating I have on here. Mr. Callahan, head coach of the Titans. You are sitting at 3.
You're nicer than me.
I think you're still new enough that you're going to be given a little bit of wiggle room. But it is, the seat is warming and it's going to warm very fast. That's the only warning you're going to get from me on that.
Brian Callahan, you're in the 4th circle. It's warming faster than you think it is. I think when you have the number 1 overall pick and you flop yourself out there like that, I think that you've got to... There's something coming because it doesn't look like he's developing. If it doesn't look like he's developing and is still throwing college plays, that's on you, and you're toast.
All right. We're going to jump all the way to number 9. Circle 9. Jake Browning. Dude. Your time as not only a starter, but even a second stringer is coming to a close very rapidly. You maybe have one more game before you're perma-benched forever.
Zach Taylor, you're in my 8th circle. I wanted to put you higher, but I'm not going to yet. I think you're going to be given a chance to find a quarterback to fix this. If you cannot find a rental quarterback to fix this, I think you're going to be kissing the door on the way out sooner rather than later. I'm sorry. It's just the truth. If you can't coach without Joe there, then Joe Burrow should technically be your coach and you should be somewhere else.
At number 10, I have Zach Taylor. I'm not playing games. You're not a coach. You clearly don't know how to coach. You couldn't coach before Joe Burrow. You can barely coach with Joe Burrow, and you certainly can't coach without Joe Burrow. You're not a coach.
My highest one is Woody Johnson at level 9. You haven't done anything stupid lately, but I just
you just have a feeling, huh?
But I just feel like the stench of you and the way you run things has cursed your organization to be what they are.
Jeez. You're so mean.
I'm sorry. I don't know what else to like, I like the Jets. They should be winning these games, and they're losing. The only person that I have left to blame is Woody Johnson.
I guess. That's fair, I guess.
All right. That's it for the Inferno. Potatoes?
We can do potatoes.
Do potatoes do top 10 do next week?
Yeah, we can do that.
Alrighty. You want to start?
I can start.
Go ahead.
Maybe it's dart time.
Throwing darts, baby. I'm eating that with a special dart sauce.
Okay.
Might even put a little helmet on the side to smash it with.
I was gonna say you're full on eating the Giants are gonna be good with Dart.
I'm right there for Dart and Scadaboo. Like, I love them. They're two crazy people, and they have lockers right next to each other. They're just bonkers. And I mean, what? You gotta love them, right?
I mean, I guess.
Maybe maybe that fumble out of the back of the end zone rule needs to go the fuck away.
You know what's funny? I'm about 99% positive I mentioned this like 2 years ago.
I think you did because I think it happened to us.
It did. And I'm obviously still agreement because I still think it's a dumb fucking rule that makes no sense.
Thank you.
What did the defense possibly do to earn that? Fucking nothing.
He just dropped it.
Yeah. And then kicked it out of the back of the end zone. Yeah.
No, he didn't kick it. It just bounced out of his hand.
No, I know it kept kind of bounced out of his hand, kept going, I know, but
Yeah.
still. Yeah. It's like, oh, so we're just saying the defense got the ball due to sheer luck. All right. Sweet. Yeah, no, it's a dumb rule. I've always hated it. I always thought there should be a compromise, maybe, I don't know, some type of penalty and you get it on the 10-yard line or some
20-yard
shit,
line.
I don't know.
I would be okay
Something
with
like that. I don't
getting
know.
it on the 20-yard line going in.
Yeah, I don't know. Something like that. Anyways. Figure out a different solution. Giving the ball to the defense feels like too much of a slap in the face. All right. Maybe. Just maybe. Dylan Gabriel is gonna be the franchise quarterback for the Browns.
You know what? I'll eat it just because it's the Browns. The Browns have the weirdest freaking luck with stupid crap.
They do.
They do.
They do.
And that's why I'm saying, you know what? I am not going to put that one down as can't happen.
I just think it would be so ironic because supposedly Shedeur Sanders could have gone to the Ravens apparently. Didn't go because he didn't want to sit behind Lamar Jackson as a long-term backup. And it would be only hilarious for Dylan Gabriel to actually be good, to become the franchise quarterback, and meaning that Shedeur Sanders would still be a career backup behind Dylan Gabriel. Nothing would be the just desserts of that interaction.
That is the perfect just desserts.
Because someone mentioned something that was so funny that he should have taken, because supposedly in the 5th round, the Ravens had an opportunity to take him and he turned him down, supposedly. If that is true, it makes no sense because, well, Lamar, his whole thing was being worried that he gets injured on occasion and that there's going to be a couple of games they're going to play. Well, they needed a backup quarterback. They would have had you as their backup and you would be playing right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like looking at it being like, man, you're dumb.
Instead of what's his name? Cooper Rush.
Yeah. So, like, why did you turn... What? You're dumb. You're dumb.
Yep. All right, you ready for this next one?
Yep.
Maybe the Bengals will wind up with a top 3 draft pick this year.
I mean, as long as Jake Browning's their quarterback, 100% agree with that. Heck, they could end up with the top 1 at this point. Like,
They're still the Saints, dude.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I think even the Saints right now with Spencer Rattler could beat this fucking team. That's how bad they're fucking playing, dude. That they're basically phoning in the entire, like... And you know what's even going to be funnier? They'll get it. And if they're smart, which they're probably not, but if they are smart, they'll trade out of that top pick.
Oh, absolutely, because somebody's going to want one of those quarterbacks. And you're going to be able to get a fucking ransom for it.
Yeah, exactly. So do your rebuild then, because clearly you can't do anything with free agency because you guys are a dirt poor organization with an owner that has no money, and the only way you can build teams that are any good is with rookies. Fuck. All right, enough with the rant of the Bengals. I'm just mad because they should be such a better team than they are. The last one, my final one. Maybe, just maybe, the Kyler Murray experiment in the Cardinals should be over.
Yes, I will eat that too. We keep giving him a pass all the time, and I'm done with it.
Yeah.
I just don't think he's as good as everybody thinks he is.
No, he's not.
Especially not since the injury.
No. They're like, yeah, great. You threw 2 touchdowns and 2 picks. And you throw really bad picks, too. They're not even like,
No,
the DB had to work hard for it. Like,
I
you
think if the
sometimes throw it right at
Cardinals
him.
get another top 10 pick this year, they should be looking at a QB.
Yeah, 100%.
This is a good QB draft, so yes.
And try to sell off Kyler to somebody.
Yeah, somebody will take him.
Yeah, he's not a bad quarterback. He's just never going to get you to that promised land of playoffs
Not
or
by
beyond
himself
playoffs.
the
I should
way
say.
that it's going.
No, he won't take you beyond playoffs. If you build a really good team around him, kind of like the Eagles did with Jalen Hurts, I think you can make it work.
Yeah.
But he's got to be on a team that's already built and ready to go.
Yes, 100%.
The Cardinals are not that team.
No, they are not. They are not. 100% they are not. So,
yeah.
I'm going to give you the last one. I know you're not going to take it. I don't care. It's just for me. It's fun. Maybe Steelers going to Super Bowl?
Steelers are definitely not going to the Super Bowl. It's funny you say that because I had that as a potential thing to put on my list too as a joke. Like, just because like the way they win games, you're just like, hey, they go to Super Bowl. I legitimately don't think they will. I mean, we're talking they're gonna have to somehow face the Bills, even if they make it because even if they do win the division, right?
Yeah.
And they push through, they will eventually, at some point, have to play the Bills. And I'm sorry, at this current time, I don't see them beating the Bills.
No, I'm not sure either, but I will say this is the best
Or
Rodgers,
the Chiefs at this point, to be honest.
this is the best Rodgers has looked in a long time, and I think it's because
yes.
the
Granted,
defense,
he also has an offensive line, so
he does, and the defense, they haven't because the defense is actually decent. He hasn't needed to
sometimes.
He hasn't needed to play hero ball.
So I was gonna say last week's defense was kind of shit.
But they still won, and he didn't need to play hero ball.
No, but I mean, sorry, the week before that.
Yeah,
it was.
The point is that he hasn't had to try to win games by himself. He's got a good supporting cast around him. He can throw shorter passes with high completion percentage.
That first week was
that first week he did some hero ball, but after that he hasn't really needed to, and I kind of like that, and I think that helps him out. So
yeah, potentially we'll see how long term how that goes, but it has prevented some amount of success. Granted, they haven't played a lot of really difficult opponents yet, so let's wait and see how they do against some of the other more difficult opponents like Chiefs and Bills and Eagles, and I don't know who else is on their schedule, but the tough teams. I'd like to see them play the Giants, surprisingly enough. I think the Giants are a better team than they look just because of the fact that there is a lot of not footage on them. Makes
You're
them
correct.
More difficult.
I agree. All right.
So,
you ready to do some top 10?
Yeah, I guess we can. I don't like my list. I have so many scribbles all over my list of moving around.
I'm not a big fan of my list either, but okay.
But it's the best that I could do with the given information that we currently have.
I agree. I'll start. Number 10, I have the aforementioned Pittsburgh Steelers. They're 3-1. They're playing good football right now. And honestly, the reason you're on my list is because you're playing in a division you're probably going to win by virtue of having the last quarterback standing.
Kinda. It's almost that way, yeah. I did not match that for obvious reasons. One being I'm not that high up on the Steelers yet. At number 10, I'm giving them one last final opportunity to show me fucking something. The Ravens are at number 10. You get one more fucking week to show me something.
Cooper Rush playing next week.
Show me.
That's why I pulled him.
I don't care. I still think that their team on paper has been showing, even the games they've lost, for the most part, outside of last week, they've been in the games. They've been close. Show me that you can still be close with a backup quarterback, and maybe you'll stay on my list. But you gotta show me something.
Well, Matabike is also out for the season now.
I know, but I still think even on paper this team should still be good, despite that.
Number 9, not going all the way up yet, but if you keep winning like that, you will. It's the Kansas City Chiefs. I left you right where you were. You are now 2-2, but you beat what I would consider a depleted and cursed Ravens team. Let's see you do it against somebody who matters. and then we'll talk.
That's fair. Um, at number 9, I have the Colts. You did lose, which is why you dropped technically one spot. But granted, you stay in my top 10 because you clearly showed that you can hang with the big dogs. So you do belong here. Just still kind of in my lower tier until I can figure out how good you are in comparison to some of these other guys.
Number 8, I have the Bucks. You lost, but you lost to a team that won the Super Bowl, and you damn near beat them anyway. You had a shot at the end of the game. So you're still low key a super dangerous team.
At number 8, I have the Chiefs. They moved up just a couple spots. I think they're a pretty decent team. They did beat the Bucks, but I think, quite frankly, the fact that they won one hard game against
The
you know
Ravens.
the Ravens is what I meant to say. Yes, I immediately realized what I said right away after I said it, but the Ravens is what I meant to say. You beat one hard team in the Ravens, um, but again, they have been depleted. They have been showing some signs of weakness, so I don't think it's a huge jump. So
Number 7, falling down quite a bit, is the Chargers. You got beat by the Giants and Jackson Dart. Now, I'm not going to blame you. You did lose your other tackle fairly early on. Means that you didn't have as much protection for Herbert as you would like, and the Giants' defense is honestly a lot meaner than people are going to give them credit for. That's a pretty stiff defense. Um, Also, we almost saw a big fat guy score. Dexter Lawrence with the pick. 2 yards away from the end zone. I was mad. I thought we were going to get a big fat guy score. I wanted that. But no, you lost to the Giants. I get probably why it happened, but at the same time, not good. So you're going to be at 7 for now. Let's see if you can bounce back.
At number 7, I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Um, Pretty much not really moving, mostly just due to the fact that like you played well. I know that you could have probably done better, but I'm still impressed that you're still very clearly the favorites of your division. First off, and secondly, I think you're a much better team than people give you credit for.
At number 6, I have the Seattle Sea Chickens, the Seahawks. Y'all are good this year. Your O-line isn't great, but it's improved. Sam Darnold has his moxie back from his USC days. He throws a really catchable, beautiful ball. JSN obviously is in love with that guy. Cooper Kupp is out there doing things. You've got all these guys out here catching passes, and you can run the ball. I like what I'm seeing in Seattle. I think they're going to win their division, and I think they're going to make some noise in the playoffs, even if they don't go all the way.
At number 6, I have the Rams. They have been playing very well. They've been playing good football. I think they deserve to be on this list. At first, I wasn't sure about them, but the more I'm watched, the more I like. And I'm sure, just like always, they'll be just kind of in this sort of limbo-ish around the 5-6 mark, like they tend to be always every fucking year.
At number 5 for me, I have the Colts. You showed you can hang with the big boys. I know it's a little high, but I really feel you could have won that game, which is why I'm giving you that. We'll see how you do coming up. You could fall rapidly too, but right now you're looking good. You don't have a lot of injuries. JT is running like a madman, and honestly, Daniel Jones looks really good.
At number 5, I have the Chargers. Yeah, you lost the game against the Giants. That's not good. But it was against the Giants team that you couldn't really watch film on. You weren't sure what to expect. You still played well. I expected a win out of you guys, and I think even you guys probably expected to ultimately win at the end of the day. So overall, I think you slightly underestimated your opponent, not knowing what you were going to get. but I think he still played well. So I think it's a weird off week. So I'm going to say I think it was just a weird week.
At number 4, I have the Rams. Um, they're playing very well. I like what I'm seeing out of them. Stafford looks good. Nakua looks good. The obvious help brought around by Devontae is palpable to see. Yeah, you guys are a good team, and you're a fun team too. The one of the hits that Jared Verse coming through the middle of the line on somebody just completely laid out the center, knocked him completely backwards, and tried to jump over him to get to Jones. He missed, but he tried, and I was like, "Oh, that's funny."
All right. At number 4, I have the Seattle Seahawks. Sam Darnold looking like Sam Darnold. JSN's playing well. Your defense is playing well. Looking like a legitimate top tier team. We'll see if that continues, but so far so good.
Number 3, the Motor City Kitties, the Detroit Lions. Yeah, they're kings of the North. I think they're going to win the NFC North again this year. They're probably headed to the NFC Championship game this year again. They might actually go to the Super Bowl this year. They're gonna have to beat the. I think they're gonna have to beat the Eagles to get there.
Because they'll have to beat one other team first. Number 3, I have the Lions as well. Very good football team. They still have some issues here and there, specifically on defense, but more or less, I would say the team is pretty whole. It's a pretty good football team, as long as they don't fall too early off at the bad start.
Number 2, I have the Eagles. I'm sure that's where they are for you as well, because I'm sure we both have the Bills at number 1.
What? No, crazy talk.
Yeah, our top 3, I didn't think it was going to differ too much. The only question was Lions or Eagles at 2. Eagles are playing very well. They are still the Eagles, and now they've got the fake tush push to jump onto. So I mean, they are a running team. They have great wide receivers and they can pass, but they don't have to. So, they're a fun team until someone gets hurt.
Yeah, that's probably the nice way to put it.
And the Bills are the Bills. Josh Allen is the engine that runs this whole team, and as long as he's upright, the sky's the limit, I think.
They are who we thought they were.
Really damned good. All right.
Yep.
Time for next week?
Sure.
All right, starting tonight. Starting tonight. You ready?
Yeah.
Niners at Rams.
Give me Rams.
I'm right there with you. London game, 8:30 Sunday morning. Vikings at Browns.
Listen, I mean, as much as the Vikings have been looking a little shit, we can't possibly lose to a rookie quarterback for their first game in London against the Browns, right? Can't possibly happen. So I'm going to go with the Vikings.
I think I'm taking the Vikings as well.
No.
Texans at Ravens. Cooper Rush is the starter for the Ravens.
Yeah, I mean, the Texans haven't been playing super well, but like the Ravens are going to struggle, I think, a little bit. We'll see. But I think I'm going to lean Texans until proven otherwise.
I agree. Giants at Saints.
I mean, I don't trust the Saints worth a damn, and it's start time, so let's go.
Broncos at Eagles.
I mean, it's gonna be Eagles. Let's be honest, it's gonna be Eagles.
Yep. Cowboys at Jets.
I'm gonna be controversial. I'm gonna say the Jets.
You know what? I agree with you. Raiders at Colts.
Colts.
Again, I agree. Dolphins at Panthers.
Which Panthers team is going to show up? I'll go with Panthers.
I'll take the Dolphins.
gross.
I know. I'm doing it anyway. The fun one, this is a game I think I'm probably going to watch. Bucks at Seahawks.
Ooh, that will be a good game.
That will be a good game.
I'm going to say Seahawks.
I'll take the Bucks. Titans at Cardinals. And this one might give people radiation poisoning.
It will, but the Cardinals, I think, are a better football team, so it should be the Cardinals.
You know what? I'm going to go with the Titans just because.
Okay.
If there's somebody who can find a way to lose, it's the Cardinals. Commanders at Chargers.
Chargers.
I agree. This one I shouldn't even ask. I'm just going to put both of us down for the Lions because it's Lions at Bengals.
Yeah. Bengals win. What do you mean?
Patriots at Bills.
Bills. All day, every day, baby.
And Chiefs at Jags.
I mean, as much as the Chiefs have had issues, the Jags have been so wishy-washy. I think I'm gonna go Chiefs on that.
You know what? I'll take the Jags. Just
You
Hail Mary
shouldn't.
on that one. Probably shouldn't. Going to anyway.
Okay.
Probably going to be embarrassed by that one.
You probably will be.
That's all right. I'm losing this season anyway. Alrighty, you got anything else?
Nope.
Alright, well, neither do I. We thank you all for sitting in and listening to us talk about all the football stuff and everything else. And if you like what we do, please give us a thumbs up, give us a subscribe, hit the bell for notifications when we post. And what we'll tell you is we believe in you. If you put your mind to it, we know you can do it. We hope to see you back here again next week. We'll break down everything that happened in the upcoming week of football, and we'll talk a little more as hockey is quickly approaching. So that's coming up on our radar now as well. In the meantime, what we'll tell you, stay bearded. Peace out.